Please, the show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, you guys. It's your boy, Mr. Zachery Williams, on this once and two, and welcome to Royalty Mike. Welcome where our voices give the cremation. Welcome to We Want to Be Heard and We Want to Be Served. This is not just a broadcast. This is just a sanctuary, a solemn care, a place of fully, how would I say it, volume. And I just want to take the time out and tell you, I am grateful to be here. Like, to have another platform that I can speak on it's really, 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 truly a blessing that I can't not get over. Like, it has been a great time. And also being the first male on this network is really, really good. So I want to take the time out and reintroduce who I am. And to everybody who are listening, those are new, those who are coming on, those who have met me, those who have been in my present, those who met me through networking, through our social media. I want to reintroduce me. Who am I as a person? So I am Mr. Zachery Williams. I am 28 years old. I have a bachelor degree in accounting. I have a master's degree in forensic accounting. I am working on my doctorate degree in accounting. I'm almost finished up with my certifications in business administration and human resource. I am from South Carolina, well, Charleston, South Carolina, where I am from the South, where Sunday means something. When the church fan smack on rhythm in the heated sun. When my grandmother played over bills, then the government, that her words mean something. Where you have the sidewalks that are messed up, where you have the cracks on the porch, when you and your family gets together and gossip about each other. I am from the barbershop, as a lot of men get together at therapy and talk about football, sports, mental health, what's going on in our community. I am from the kitchen table when the bills are being prayed over. I am from the place where we have to stretch food out to make it last. I am a place that I have been heartbroken. I've been to hell and back. And I am from a place that they told boys, man up. I am a place that when you cry, it makes it weak. I am a place that I went through a lot and back. I am a place that me and you can relate, that everything gets shut under the rug. And yes, I do have an accent, and that's from Gullah. Sometimes you might not understand my language, or I might slur a few bit of sometimes, but that is me. I am a poet. I am a writer. I am everything in between that you can think of. And I want to talk to you, like I said, I want to introduce myself and also talking about misunderstanding me for who I am as a person. You know, I wanted to create a space where men can be their self. I don't care you are black, white, you believe in Christ, believe in Christian, you're not in any type of way you are, gay, straight, bisexual, lesbian, transgender, men, anything you are. But I want to create a space for men. And sometimes I will have females on here, but I also want to create a space where I can be myself and there's nothing attached to it. There's no labels. They're like, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. I am here to bring you what you need to hear sometimes. It's hard for us as people who look like me to understand that we didn't have a lot of spaces like this. Well, I would say I didn't have a lot of spaces like this. I had my own broadcast back in the day during COVID, and I created a space for me to be who I am. As a kid, you feel everything growing up from, stay in a child's place, or don't talk back, or something happens to you, it does not exist. I was told to shut up. I was told to, like I said, stay in the child's place. I was told to, if you see something, don't say nothing at all because it's none of your business. I grew up with no money. I grew up with not a proper mental health to have access to how to how would say it, to express how I feel. I didn't know how to give it what to do. You know, I had to grow up as a man. I had to learn real fast. I grew up real fast. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy my childhood moments, but I wish that I was able to express how I feel growing up and now me for understanding who I am. Even now as a grown man, I still carry that little child in me for wants to who wants somebody to see him. Not a performer, not a perfectionist, just a person who a person who really wants to enjoy life. I have friends, I have family, and I have my spouse to support. Shout out to Eric Harmon. That is my boyfriend. And yes, I am gay. If you didn't get it from here, I am gay. But that's why I created this space. Especially Royal Mike broadcast, because we are kings. You know, we supposed to be the man of the house. We supposed to always know what to do. And sometimes we don't credit ourselves or put a hand on our backs for the good job we do. And like I said, I created this space for everybody in between. I don't care who you are, I created a space. But I just want to introduce myself. When people ask who really Zach is, I tell them, I'm not just a poet. I am a producer of I Survive, result of what didn't break me, the voices of resilience that tried to erase me, but I'm still here. You know, we talking about how people can misunderstood you. You know, who does not understand where you grew up in or how to relate to you. You know, I've been told my whole life, and I have been labeled this, and I wrote this down. Too emotional, too passive, too serious, too difficult, too sensitive, too cocky, too confident, too honest, too black, too gay, too me. And the list I have, it goes on and on. And all these labels I get towards me. And I have to be real. I'm not too much. I was just never I was were just never enough for certain people. People love my voice, but I know of my resiliency. They love what I do, but they don't see what I carry. I have been friends for everyone who calls for advice, but those who don't check up on me. I have been there for people who show up for them, but in return, they don't show up for me. I have to navigate through a lot of abandonment issues, daddy issues, mommy issues, loving myself. I had to relearn how to be okay for who I am. I have to relearn how to not pop off on somebody what they say to me. I have to relearn what it means to be the biggest person, but also earn respect. I have to relearn how to be a man, how to be a young man that is trapped in a child body. And what do I mean by that is that I have so much issues and I didn't know how to deal with it. And it comes from when you are growing up in a when you are growing up in a household that everybody sweeps everything under the rug, and then when you are grown enough to speak about it, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to call out him or her on it. And then when you do it, you're being disrespectful or you lie. You can't say the word lie or they're fibbing. We are grown people. I'm not a little child anymore. I am 28 years old. And yes, I am stepping on some people's toes. Yes, I might get a little talked to on the side after this, but I do not care. One thing about me is I'm going to speak my truth because nobody knows my truth besides me. And that's okay. I have learned that it's okay to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. I have learned how to be by myself and be happy. You don't need friends. You don't need anybody, but those are wants. We want that. We don't need it. We sit in certain predicament that we choose. And when I'm thinking about this, because I'm trying to choose my words wisely, but it is what it is. We sit in problems or predicament that we put ourselves into, not the things that we cannot control. Things that we can control that we put ourselves through, that is a problem. And I have learned that because, yeah, my early 20s, teenager years, I put myself in plenty of predicament that I wish I made better decisions. You know, I wish that I'm not saying I'm gonna go back in time and be like, it already happened, I did it, it made me as today. You know, I can't change for who I am as a person. Cause we can't go back and we wish we did this, we hate that. But we also have to realize that it made us stronger as a better person as today. And a lot of people do not know that. And that's why I keep saying I am misunderstood. No, I'm not having an attitude. No, I'm not being combative. Um, I'm not getting out of character because you misunderstood me. You know? And I can't sit here and allow other people who do not know me judge me, or they know me and they judge me anyway. Because people gonna judge you anyway. But I'm authentically me, and I can't change that because I want to be this way. Yes, I may change my mind down the line as I get older, but now I hear at 28, but to reach my 30s, is how can me, how can I be the better version of myself than I was at my 16 years old, 18 years old, 21, turn up year. That was my college turn up year. 23, 25. 25, it gives you that you are at the peak of what all you accomplished. And the next is telling you what are you going to do to better your life. And we don't have to grow up as fast as we supposed to, but we need to have a understanding of who we want to be as a person. How do we put ourselves in? And what I mean by that is, how do you want people to see you if you was in their shoes? Being misunderstood, feeling like a stream without no sound. It's like being celebrated for what you giving and being punished for when you finally say, I need help too. They say I'm too soft, but they don't know how to reach myself emotionally. This I overthink, but I have to calculate every move just to stay safe in this world. And I don't want to be misunderstood sometimes. I don't. Sometimes it happens. And I can't go back and apologize, but I can't go back for what I done. All I can move forward. But let me tell you what I have learned. I think I said it plenty of time. People will misunderstand you for the moment and not stop. You don't need to stop for their approval, and that is okay. And that's okay. You don't need everybody's approval. You don't. Like, I could give you so many examples. I could give you an example now. You know, Growing up, I always wanted approval from my dad. And from earlier, I had daddy issues, and now I have learned how to deal with those daddy issues. Why do I feel like this? Why do I need? Because I have always wanted to be not a mama's boy, a daddy's boy. I always wanted my daddy approval, and every time I accomplished something, I want him approved, but he was never there to approve it. And in my head, I always want to move the ghost pole just because for him. But if he's not there, who are you doing it for? Who are doing it for? We always move the ghost pole for ourselves, but people, who are we doing it for? Because at the end of the day, it's not for us. It definitely wasn't for me when I did that. And I had to literally went to therapy about it. I fussed with my daddy a lot of time. And it was a rage and emotion because he wasn't there. I give him some credit. Some part of my life he was there. And I appreciate that. But other than that, it just, do that make me as less of a man not having my father? Didn't know. Did I have other father figures to teach me how to be a man? Yes. Did I have to learn the hard way that people don't know my story in the past, what I have to do. Yes, but I do not need nobody approval to who I am as a person. I don't. And it goes to why I created this broadcast, the Royal Mike broadcast, like I said in the beginning. Because we are black women, black people, creators, healers, survivors. We need space, a space that we can breathe without sampling from other people. I tire of watching people like me only to be heard when they're angry, when they clap back, moments who's yelling. And also sometimes I am tired of just writing it down. I am tired of putting in my poetry, then get on mic and just say it. I am tired of that sometimes. Yes, I am a great entertainer. I am a great interviewer. I am a great host. But sometimes you need a place just to be yourself. When when we can grieve in quietly with other people, when we can learn how to love ourselves again, when me and you can laugh on here, when we can learn from each other. Yes, this is the right mic to hear. This mic is a mirror of whoever comes on here. We are going to talk about the truth. Sometimes the truth's going to hurt. Sometimes I might be wrong and be like, yeah, you right. You right, sis. You might, bro. You right. You know, we are going to talk about grief, therapy, sexual, spiritual trauma, survival thoughts, suicidal thoughts, loneliness, what is your purpose? Power, pleasing, peace. They ain't no way that we are going to cover everything about it. And those who the people who's not gonna like what I say, it's okay. You're gonna like it, you're gonna love it, it's okay. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. And if you want to come on here and talk to me and be a guest where you can talk about comment, this is a place for you to do that. There's no judgment zone. I am to learn, hear, and listen out. Yes, I'm gonna give my commentary. Yes, I'm gonna give my input. Yes, I might disagree. Yes, I might agree with what you're saying. Yes, I might be petty. I might do random things you'd be like, what is she doing? I'm only here to make things better, to give people a platform. Friends, family, associates, colleague, a tree, a plant, whatever you want to be. Gay, lesbian, straight, bi, black, blue, green, purple, anything in the rainbow you want to be. You are welcome here. Your voice will not be silenced here. And yes, I might put you in an uncomfortable position, but this is what we are here to talk about. To break down barriers and to rebuild structures, to build a bond to my listeners, followers, and everybody else between. And I'm not going nowhere. Never going nowhere. I'm here. And shout out to the people who support me for the long run. It took me a long time just to get here who I am as today. And I still have a lot to grow. And I understand that. And I appreciate the people who show me tough love. who closed the doors on me, who said no to me, who said I wasn't gonna be nothing. Who said I wasn't going to do nothing? Who said I'm going to be in 6 feet under? I have been told that. But that doesn't stop for who I am as a person. That don't stop my grind. It actually tells me that I'm not for you and you're not for me. Yes, the door has closed. Yes, I will be okay. Yes, it's going to hurt sometimes. But we will be okay. Tell you, everything's not perfect and cream over here. And yes, I might be all over the place, but it tells you who am I. You get off the energy. I'm very passive, very confident who I am. But I had to come on and reintroduce myself. And yes, shout out to my frat brothers, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Yes, the best amazing chapter. That's Vanilla Fraternity. I've been like I joined. They opened doors for me. They allowed me who I am as a person. Shout out to all the networks I have been on, and this is a brand new network I'm on. The first male. And it's not gonna stop here. I'm telling this platform, this network is going to grow. And it's going to grow. I'm telling you. Mark my words, is going to grow. And to the people who need spaces like this, it's time to step up to the front. We no longer gonna be in the back. We're not back people no more. We are front. We no longer in the back. Back of the people is called ignorant. We're not no longer ignorant. We are leaders. So get in that driver's seat, buckle up and take control. Take control. Because yes, it's going to be a bumpy ride. I'm telling you, it's going to be a bumpy ride. But I got you. We ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you, I got you. I could be on the driver's side. I could be on the passenger side while you driving. But but we ain't going nowhere. And I also want to shout out Trevita. Man, definitely amazing woman. Definitely amazing woman. And check her out too. And check out everybody who's on this network. I do have another network that I'm also going to be on tomorrow. It's called Beverly Nation Online Radio Host, and it's called Black Canvas. And I do the same thing over there. Another platform. Give me to speak my truth. And you want to check me out tomorrow night at 9:30, call in as a guest. And all the information is going to be on my social media page. Say a name that you see, Zachery Matthew Williams, though. But yeah, I had to come on here to introduce myself. For those two people who did not know me, like I said, I am a poet, a broadcaster, a storyteller, a brother, a son, an uncle, spoken word, whatever you want to call it, host, a friend, a family. I am a leader, and everything between. I am everything between. Like I said, we are definitely gonna ride this wave out. We are definitely going to ride this wave out because, like I said, I'm not going nowhere. Nah, I love it being here. I love when I hear people talk about their trauma, where they went through, what they're working on, make that connections, because those are people who were sitting in the back way too long, who have been misunderstood, who have been yelling but never got an attention, who have did great things. Telling you, I met a lot of people who done great things, but a lot of people foreshadowed them, and that's no more. We are in a time that we don't have time to take back seats. We don't have time to have somebody else drive. We have to take control of our own life. And those who ain't gonna like it, bump them, bump them. Who cares? Who cares? Who? No, no. Because at the end of the day, we here. Because only person who can call me home is my God upstairs. If you believe in Him, that's who can carry me home. Yes, I have a book come out. I do have a lot of books come out. I have Black Before He Know Anything, uh, 5 Miles of Freedom, Dear You, and Most of Journey, To the Moonlight. Oh gosh, those powerful books I have written, and I want you to check it out. It's on my personal website. It's called dearyoubooks.com. And I have been eager. Like I said, I am not going nowhere. I am going to be here no matter what. Check me out every first or third Monday of each month. I have already signed up a million guests. So stay tuned. I love you. And we are going to be here. And this is the Royal Mike broadcast. You truly, Mr. Zachery Williams. And I love it. I love y'all. And I hope y'all have a nice day. If I can get my girl, kind of see.